What's going on YouTube? I'm Wayne and this is Wayne's Fish World. Today I'm giving you guys a full in-detail update of my 75-gallon goldfish tank. This is by far my favorite tank. So the story of this tank starts way back when a couple years ago I got this 75-gallon goldfish. Someone kept a tarantula in there. Spiders aren't my thing. I'm not scared of spiders, but you will not see me keeping a damn spider. That's not going to float my boat. And for you people that are into reptiles and spiders and scorpions and stuff like that, if that rocks your boat, then great. Does not rock my boat though. But I got this tank for $50 and it was a steal. Somebody was trying to get rid of it, and hey, I was giving him money to take his trash, and I put this tank to work. I used to have a family of platies I used to breed outside in this 75-gallon goldfish tank, and I converted it. In 2016, I took a second trip to San Diego, California. On the last day I was out there, I knew I was making a trip to Coast Jam, USA. When I was there, I got most of the fish that are in this aquarium. One of the fish did pass. It had a swim bladder problems, and it was unfortunate. That was the calico butterfly telescope. And that fish, way back when I first purchased it, within a month it was showing problems of swim bladder problems. It would come and go, it would get really bad, and then the fish would bounce back. And I did remedies to take care of that, and then one day the swim bladder just took the best of the fish, and the fish passed on. I'm going to put in the description below a video of unboxing the first fish that went in this aquarium. It shows me unboxing the goldfish and actually planting this aquarium. Now, this tank isn't done. The stocking's probably done, but I still have plans for this tank. I need to put more plants in here. You can see a couple different species of crypts, Cryptspiralis, bronze, and a lot of green, parva in this aquarium, and they're growing back under this new lighting. A lot of my crypts melted back because of the simple fact that I switched lighting. I had simple LED bulbs over top this aquarium, and then I switched it to an Aquaneat 30x fixture, which had more lumens. I took that off, and the plants were getting used to have high lumens on them, and when I switched them back to lower lumens, they melted back. Now I've got proper lighting on this aquarium, and I want to introduce a jungle of crypts again. I want to make sure that I leave plenty of ample swimming room for the goldfish, that way they can grow. But in the near future, I want to have a planting of crypts that come up over here, comes down, goes into like a little valley, and then comes back up over these river rocks in the back. Now, if you guys are wondering what's going on with the system, it's very simple. A lot of people run bare bottom goldfish tanks. That ain't me. Goldfish constantly peck away at the bottom of the substrate. Thus, they are cleaning the substrate like he is right now, overturning the sand. I've got an air pump on this aquarium. The air stones are taking the water and in a sense circulating, but also nitrogen gas that gets converted through a anaerobic bacteria. Also, this helps push that stuff out of the aquarium and into the atmosphere. For filtration, I'm running a Fluval FX6. Great filtration, I love it. All I have in there is 2 bags of carbon and polyester pillow fabric. My biological filtration is based on this substrate. It's a mixture of pool filter sand and Fiji pink live sand from the ocean. The reason I chose live sand from the ocean, which is aragonite, which raises the pH, I did a mixture of pool filter sand and enough saltwater sand to buffer the pH. Goldfish like a slightly higher pH, and my pH is 6.5, which is great from the Amazon fish that I like to keep, but not so great for the goldfish. So I did a ratio of basically playing around until I got a good mix, and then I stopped. Other than that, guys, for water flow, the FX6 is running the water flow. For lighting, it's an Aquaneat light fixture. And for filtration, it's a Fluval FX6, which is a little extreme. But beforehand, I had 2 Aqueon 75 hang on the back filters, which I had to clean more often than I want. That's why I switched over to the FX6. But if you're up to date on your husbandry, those hang on the back filters are doing just fine. So in a sense, this tank is very simple and it's rewarding, and that was the entire goal of having this aquarium. I want to take this time in the video to go through each fish. That way everyone watching and who subscribed can be up to date on every single fish in this aquarium. So let's start off with the smallest, and that is my Calico Ranchu, or Ranchu, however you want to pronounce it. This fish has about doubled in size, and he's still small. I got him I can't remember, 3/4 of a year ago maybe, at Gordon's Pet Store in Warsaw, Virginia. I saw potential in this fish, and it's growing and coloring up very nicely. This Oranda right here with the orange and white was purchased at Gordon's Pet Store on the same day that I got this orange one from a PetSmart in Williamsburg, Virginia. Both those fish look good now, and I can't wait to see what they're going to look like when they're bigger. They're showing good eating habits, they've got personality, they're very healthy fish, and I've got a lot of hopes for them in the future. Next up is one of my new personal favorites. This Oranda came from Williamsburg PetSmart in Virginia. When I was down there for work, I went in there and I saw this bronze Oranda under not the best lighting, and I saw potential in the fish, and I am very happy that I bought it home. This one right here is the only slender body goldfish in the aquarium, and eventually it's going to outgrow this tank. This is a shabumpkin, but it's not an ordinary shabumpkin. It's a bristle shabumpkin, which are quite rare here in America. And I got that fish at a gathering hosted by the James River Society of Virginia. So this Calico Oranda, ironically, once again, came from a PetSmart that was in Central Park, Fredericksburg, Virginia. Went in there unexpectedly, just took a look at the fish, and I saw a fish with potential, and I bought it home. This white moor or bubble-eye goldfish back here was kind of a weird situation. I got my local fish store to order me 5 Panda butterfly telescopes. This is not exactly a butterfly telescope, but that's what they sent the local fish store, and that's one of the risks that local fish stores take. They don't exactly know what they're getting in. Speaking of that local fish store, this is one of the 5 Ryukins that I selected for my 75-gallon aquarium. I got this Ryukin along with a pure white one that you're going to see momentarily when they were very small. These fish had a lot of potential. I'm growing them up, and I cannot wait to see these Ryukins when they get very big. There is another Ryukin in this aquarium that's a calico that we're going to take a look at momentarily. This black butterfly telescope is going to be beautiful when it gets bigger. It's already starting to turn into a beautiful fish. It came from a Petco in Dahlgren, Virginia. I got 2 of the black moor butterfly telescopes in the aquarium. Sadly, the other one did not make it through quarantine. Luckily, this black telescope is doing very well in this aquarium. It's thriving and it's living a happy life in its home. The next butterfly telescope came from a company called Coast Gym USA in San Diego, California. If you were ever in the area, I highly suggest you check that company out. You can also find them online at coastgymusa.com. This fish went through a demelanization. It had black markings on the fins and the eyes and some of the body of this fish. Right now it just transitioned into a more of a soccer butterfly telescope. And alongside this fish, I got others like this Calico Ryukin, and this fish is just beautiful. When the light hits this fish right and it shimmers, it is one of the prettiest goldfish I've seen, or in my opinion, that I've seen in person, and I'm lucky to have this fish. And I would love to breed that Ryukin with the bigger butterfly telescope. I believe the Ryukin's a male, and I believe the female is the butterfly telescope, because that Ryukin will chase that fish at certain times of the year. And on to my big Orandas, my red cap Orandas. I get a lot of comments saying these fish look awesome, and I appreciate all the love. These Orandas have got to be on my top 5 favorite fish that I've kept in history, along with some other fish like a pair of Oscars and my first yellow Hawaiian tang that took more of interest in me than I actually took in them. So the fish that really captured my heart were the ones with the most personality, and these red caps have that. So that's my goldfish. Those are the plans for the future. Can't wait to plant this aquarium. If you guys want to see more of these goldfish and future ones that I haven't even shown you guys yet, and also next week I'm revealing a new aquarium that's below this tank, hit the subscribe button and the bell button. That way you guys are notified when new video and new content comes out. Next week, we're going into African cichlids.